at the age of 18, well, you've just basically been a child and you're just at the crux of starting adulthood.
Well,
What do you know?
adulthood actually begins at 33, I
Yeah.
believe.
But and so, in that way you're so easily swayed and you haven't been through any adult life experience
Yeah.
to actually be able to form your own opinion. So that's why I think it should be raised to 25.
Yeah.
Yeah, in terms of the voting age. So you're not easily manipulated.
Yeah. I mean, you can
Well-
go to war and fight and die for your country almost, and then you come back and you can't. You're not old enough
Yeah,
to vote.
but then that's different. That's also the physical. You're not enough to take orders, but you haven't been not mature enough to make your own, to be able to form your own
An opinion.
opinions. Yes. So that's why
maybe
with
it's
the
not.
elections.
Maybe it's not to be determined by an age. It's to be determined by a maturity.
Mature,
perhaps.
but then it's hard
Yeah,
illegally.
very
So
hard, very,
what's a
very
yardstick?
hard.
So that's
It's
why I say
very difficult.
because medical says
And should one person, everybody get the same vote? Like, should some person with an IQ of very low IQ,
70 or
and
70.
somebody's got something that's like it borders on genius, they both get the same
So
vote?
well, according to democracy, yeah, the present framework of a democracy.
Yeah.
So that's why I also say that's why now. Before I couldn't understand why women were not given the vote. I mean, that was outrageous. I was outraged. At the time because women were not allowed to vote previously. I was, and I was women like children kind of thing. And it's only now that, quite recently, I really understood why, is because women are more emotional. They're far easier to manipulate.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because they're not as
Yeah,
rational
well, that's how
thinking.
when they were in the advertising industry, I had a friend that was in the industry in New York at the highest levels, and he said, that like when the women were protesting for equal rights for voting, that's when the cigarette companies got really creative.
Yeah.
They said, you've got to start to smoke to the women.
To be like men.
It's not a cigarette you're lighting up. It's a torch of freedom.
And they bought into it.
They bought into it. Hook, line, and sinker.
Isn't that it? And also the thing about they're going to...
The women were protesting for equal rights for voting. That's when the cigarette companies got really creative.
Yeah.
They said, you've got to start to smoke to the women.
To be like men.
It's not a cigarette you're lighting up. It's a torch of freedom.
And they bought into it.
They bought into it. Hook, line, and sinker.